Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Luna to realize Will is playing her. Nick tells Brooke about Ridge accepting Taylor marriage offer. Will is playing a veritably dangerous game. Bill was the bone who got Luna released from captivity. Now, Will is determined to make sure the killer goes back behind bars. Will's heroism is applaudable, but I worry that he's smelling further than he can bite. Luna has killed multiple people and has a gun hidden now. When leaving, Sheila prompted her granddaughter to be careful. It was also Sheila who told Luna that Will's reversal seems relatively unforeseen. That might be all the warning that Luna demanded. The fact that Will is talking instead of ripping her clothes off is a big red flag. Suckers know that after Sheila left, but before Will arrived, Luna made sure her gun was cocked and ready. She hit it right before Will got there. With Luna questioning him about what's really going on then, it seems Will needs to do some fast talking. It's teased that effects take an unanticipated turn when Luna realizes what's going on. Luna has to be careful, however. She's not just dealing with wiring, but a wide-lens camera as well. Luna might be clever enough to figure out Will's scheme, but is she smart enough not to flip out on camera? Nick heard Taylor proposing marriage to Ridge. Knowing that Brooke is still hung up on the developer, Nick drops a painful stunner. Nick tells the Golden that Taylor proposed marriage to Ridge. That's when Brooke asks what Ridge said to the offer. For Brooke, her heart is about to get crushed formally again. Brooke was so certain that Taylor was just to answer for Ridge. With the marriage news, will Brooke eventually accept that Ridge has moved on from her? Can Brooke move on from him now? Will is involved in a sting operation to trick Luna. He hopes to trick her into telling information that could lead to her arrest, but what do they hope to gain from a pardoned killer? He's uniting with Finn, also known as Finn, Steffi, and Chief Bradley to remove Luna from the thoroughfares. One of the Spencer men wearing a line to catch a crazy person on camera. Luna grandmother, Sheila, was also tricked by Bill in an analogous operation. Back also, Bill set up himself on the losing side of that operation, as nothing Sheila said could be used to shoot her back to captivity. Bill acted well, pretending to be infatuated with Sheila both in and out of bed, which made him feel ill. Eventually, it was all for nothing. We need to hope that Will doesn't meet the same end as his father. With Elektra involved in this operation, Will knows she's keeping an eye on him with Luna, so how far can Will let effects go? This week on the show, Will bandied this parlous plan with Steffi, Finn, Elektra, and Chief Baker. Despite Luna's history of terrible crimes, Will reassures them that he can manage it. He needs to get Luna to reveal her plans to target Steffi in detail. As Steffi refocused out, that wouldn't be simple. Luna is clever. Chief Baker along, gathering the evidence is easy, prevailing Luna to partake anything useful as substantiation is the real challenge. Luna has distinctly shown her passions for Will. She desires some private time with him. Also, when Will contacted her expressing interest in her tattoos, Luna might interpret that as an acceptance of her offer for a night together. Yet with Elektra covering the situation, this could hamper Will's chances with Luna. Luna realizes Will is deceiving her, egging her to flee, and go on the run. It seems that Will is the only bone who got soaked in this situation, or maybe not. If Luna decides to escape, there must be a reason behind it. With Luna's attention shifting from Steffi to Hayes, she might still essay to induce detriment on them while she's on the run. The show suggested at this when Luna mentioned to Remy Price that Steffi should understand the pain of a child being separated from a parent. She drew a parallel to Steffi precluding Luna from being with Finn. However, landing Hayes during her escape would clearly achieve that, if Luna is indeed intent on hurting Steffi. Elektra's aversion as she watches Will and Luna kiss. Meanwhile, Ridge and Taylor indulge their love while Nick prepares to tell Brooke he eavesdropped Taylor's offer. Taylor asked Ridge to marry her, and it seems like they're going to go through with it. Nick happed to hear the whole thing, which may end up helping him break Brooke out of her negative patterns with Ridge. Brooke explosively feels that Ridge is her fortune, so he may have a delicate time. Because Luna hasn't given up her pursuit of Finn and Steffi and their children. Luna is also obsessed with Will indeed, though Elektra made it clear he was out limits. Indeed, Sheila advised Luna to stay down from Will and from Finn, but Luna didn't want to hear it. Steffi, Finn, and Will developed a plan to stop Luna, and Elektra reluctantly inked onto it. Will suck off further than he can bite when he visits Il Giardino killer Luna. Will thinks he can trap Luna into confessing, but he may have another thing coming. Then's what's coming up next on B&B, keep reading for all the details. Will donated to wear a line and visit Luna Nozawa. Bill's son was confident he could get her to confess that she has minatory plans for Steffi. Since Bill got Luna pardoned, she can't be thrown behind bars if she hasn't done anything yet. Still, Will Spencer Jr. seems confident he can fix the damage his paid her. Didn't get Luna to slip up and say commodity on tape recording that she could be arrested for. Will lays it on a bit too thick when he visits Luna at her apartment. After the villainess shares a hot and amorous kiss with him, it becomes apparent that he's up to commodity. Indeed, Luna isn't delusional enough to suppose that Will and Elektra broke up out of the blue and he contended over to her apartment to sleep with her and talk about killing Steffi Forrester. Will could end up falling in love with Luna and giving her another shot after all of this is over. But, in the meantime, you know what's going to hit the addict because the Il Giardino killer can smell a setup far down. Luckily she has a soft spot for Will, so the odds of her boggling him are enough slim. Is Will going to be in peril when Luna realizes he's trying to play her? Could Will and Luna actually make a cute couple? Taylor and Brooke politely get into it, Carter getting Deacon's blessing and a stern warning. Taylor was at the manse on the phone with a case when Brooke arrived for papers for Eric. To Brooke's credit, she was veritably kind and indeed congratulated Taylor and called her a healer. Taylor took the occasion to check in with her about Nick's visit. Taylor prodded about Nick's intentions and assumed he was there to win Brooke back. And, of course, she was right. Brooke wasn't about to admit that, however. What Brooke did admit was watching Ridge's response to Nick being back, and she let Taylor know he was smelled by the covetousness bug. Taylor obviously didn't love Hale that, but what was she to do about it? Ridge and Brooke have history and nothing will change that. But, Ridge is with her now and he's married to their love. As far as Taylor's concerned, Brooke is his history and Taylor is his future. At the office, Steffi had Carter whiff Daphne new scent and talked about demanding her back anyhow of Hope's passions. Speaking of Hope, Carter wondered if his fiancée would ever get her apparel line back. Formerly again, that idea was shot down. At least for now. The Forresters can forgive, but they clearly can't forget. They're allowing her back in the company. Isn't that enough for moment? Well, it had to be because the Forresters have spoken and what they say goes. Alone, Steffi noticed Ridge was acting off. Veritably out. Ridge blustered about Nick being back in city and catching him with Brooke. Steffi jokingly asked if her pater was jealous and Ridge fumed. No, he's not jealous. He'd no way ever be jealous. He's concerned. That's different. He doesn't want his family hurting Brooke again. At same time, Hope was at the pizzeria showing Cleric her ring and boasting about her engagement. Cleric was an addict and tried to gently talk his son out of marrying a man he didn't like. After seeing how happy she was, Deacon conceded and indeed agreed to walk her down the aisle when the day comes. Still, he did want to remind her about Carter kissing Daphne Rose. He also had Hope textbook Carter and summon him to the eatery. Carter showed and wasn't exactly ate warmly by Deacon. Carter played nice, however, intent on proving himself to his fiancée's father. He understood Deacon's vacillation and he understood his enterprises, but he promised that he'd be a good man to Hope now and for the rest of his life. Deacon eventually softened but issued a stern warning for Carter to watch himself. However, there will be hell to pay if he ever breaks Hope's heart. Ridge isn't happy about Nick's return. He's the only bone. Who feels this way? Brooke is over the moon, while Katie is happy for her. Taylor is relieved to hear this news. This means that Brooke won't be chasing Ridge down. Meanwhile, Ridge told Brooke to stay down from Nick. For some reason, Nick's appearance has made Ridge see green with covetousness. What's the reason behind this burning abomination? Ridge explosively replied to Nick standing next to Brooke. Imagine how he would have replied if he'd seen them kiss. It had us wondering why Ridge doesn't like Nick. He's his half-family. Does Ridge really detest Nick? Or is he just jealous of him? Nick gets to live the life that Ridge presumably wishes he had. He gets to sail around the world and have women at his bases. Meanwhile, Ridge spends up most of his time at the office. He also has only 2 women chasing after him, whom he gets wearied with. It can't just be about Brooke. Ridge wants Nick's debonair and delightful life. But he's making it about Brooke, which is stroking her pride. She sees this as a sign that Ridge is jealous and wants her reverse. What also hasn't helped matters is that Ridge and Nick have a decades-long feud. Nick claims that Ridge is a waffler who strings 2 women along. Nick set up himself in the middle of Brooke and Taylor. He kind of rivals Liam in that regard. Ridge was right about Nick not being a saint moreover.